Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in and hopping on and taking a quick peek at this. John Castanino, at least for the moment being, live here at T-Mobile Arena, actually on the bench for the Golden Knights after the 7-0 blowout of the San Jose Sharks in Game 1. And let me show you who's right next to me. Well, that's his back, but a little photo, Marc-Andre Fleury and a few friends getting a picture there. Oh, here's Maddie. Maddie joining me. Just got to add him. Hold on. Shoot. Matt, I can't do it just yet. Wait, here we go. Oh, I'm like not technologically savvy. Add. Let's see here. There we go. All right. We'll stick with this shot. Hey, Matt. Thanks for hopping on. Don't know if you can see who that is in front of me right now, but kind of a nice shot of
I got you.
Of one of the stars, the number one star of this game. Just give us your reaction, man. It just seems like every time you don't think this team can impress us more, they impress us more.
Man, it's not supposed to be this easy, right? I mean, you don't come out against a team in the second round and in a minute and a half score 3 goals. It was so reminiscent of the opening night game where they just came out on fire and there was absolutely nothing that the Sharks could do to stop them. It was incredible.
Yeah, and, right from the jump, I'm trying to frame the shot. Can't really do it. But there's me. There's Marc-Andre. Me, Marc-Andre, me. So right from the start, Matt, and you saw it too, I'm sure, at TV at home, the Sharks had absolutely nothing in this game. I was stunned, to be honest with you. And, I mean, you make the rationalization right away. Okay, well, the Knights apparently know how to practice with 9 days of rest, whereas the Sharks did maybe something completely different, but they had absolutely nothing on the ice. And I'm not even talking about when you have 3 goals in 90 seconds like that. I'm talking about the first shift of the game. And the second shift of the game, the Sharks had just 0, and you could see how slow they were and how the rust was there. And, I mean, clearly playing on home ice was a massive advantage, I think, when you have this kind of layoff. Gerard Gallant and the players said as much, but the Sharks just showed us absolutely nothing in this game.
I was surprised at how fast the Knights looked versus the Sharks. I mean, we knew they were the faster team coming in, and we saw how quick they were against the Kings, but the Kings are such a defensive-minded team that didn't translate into a lot of offense. 7 goals scored against the Kings throughout a 4-game series. They scored 7 in Game 1 against the Sharks. Conversely, the Sharks only gave up 4 goals against the Ducks, and here they were down 4-0 in the first period. The speed and the depth that the Knights were able to throw at the Sharks tonight was just something that I don't know if they weren't prepared for it or they're just ill-equipped to handle it. But if this is the way the series is going to go, where they can't quite handle that team speed and they're not able to get away from the pressure that the Knights are continuously putting on them, this isn't going to be a very long series. It's going to be 4 or 5. You predicted 5, I predicted 6. You get 3 more games like this, and this thing's going to be over before you blink.
Yeah, no question. And you're talking about, and we'll get into this. We can get into it right now. Evander Kane may not be in for Game 2. What did you see on that head? I mean, I saw what I saw from the press box. Tell me about the replays. Was this as vicious as it seemed? And do you think there's a potential here that he doesn't play in Game 2?
I think the potential's there. I don't know if it'll go that far. I don't know if you were able to hear what he said after the game. They interviewed him about the hit. And he said that he came in and he cross-checked him on the shoulders. And then the second one, Belmar's arms were extended. So his cross-check ran up on him, and that's why he hit him in the face. His quote was, "I'm not a dirty player. I'm glad he's okay," so on and so forth. I don't know if that's going to hold any water once they go in and review this. He's obviously going to have a hearing with the NHL, a lot like Doughty did. Another potential star player going out in Game 2 against the Knights. I mean, that could be a huge story. But he's their best offensive player right now, and he's the guy they went after at the trade deadline to bring over to San Jose. So if he's not there, I don't see how the Sharks are able to match the Knights offensively in Game 2.
Just a couple comments here, and we want you guys to comment because we've always done our show like this where we want to interact with you guys. If you watch the game, if there's something that you wanted to talk about or noticed, Kim just says, "Yay Knights." Yeah, yay Knights. Tiffany, that was brutal, referring to the hit. I know that, Tiffany, quite well. And Christine Brown, awesome, great start to round two. I mean, phenomenal start to round two. You really can't ask for a better start here. Gerard Gallant was asked, was this the loudest crowd you had ever heard in any game? And he said, if it wasn't, it was really close. And you will like this. Gerard Gallant dropping in Chicago references. Thank you very much. He said,
where's my shot?
He said, similar to the old Chicago Stadium, which that place, you'll stack them and pack them in there, and it got really loud for Blackhawks and Bulls games. So again, Matt, I'm not crazy, and I don't just bring everything back to Chicago for no reason. Clearly, Chicago leaves a lasting impression on a lot of people. Other things Gallant talked about, right? 60-minute game, start to finish. You know, you have a 5-0 lead. You're thinking this team's going to let up. No, they played the same defensively. They pushed it offensively. It's not. And he said, "Hey, I didn't want to go out and embarrass the Sharks. 1 goal shy of a franchise record. Could have been 8 goals. I was hoping they'd pull it off, and they pull it off in this first-round playoff game. But you don't go out to try to embarrass a team, clearly, at that point. You're just trying to play a full game, right? And he knows game 2, the Sharks will play their best game of the series. That's what he said. Game 2, the Sharks will come out on fire, whether it's with or without Evander Kane. That remains to be seen. But, again, clearly, and, you know, for what it's worth, I did have one of my Rebel Report students with me, this kid, and he's like Tony Cordasco. He's like, yeah, the Sharks have the playoff experience. I'm like, what does that mean right now?
It doesn't mean anything. That the experience cliche could be the most overused and overhyped thing in all of sports. If that held any water whatsoever, no team would ever win a first anything. It would always be the teams that have been there before. And obviously that's not the case. And we've seen what the Knights did to the Kings in round 1, and we see now what they've done at least in game 1, to the Sharks. Let's talk about Marc-Andre Fleury.
Yep, that's where I was going.
Shutout in 5 games. That's just incredible. And you mentioned the way the defense played for 60 minutes. That has a lot to do with him being able to get these shutouts, because they are just relentless on that puck. I mean, they refuse to give these guys any clear lanes, and then Fleury back there doing Fleury things. That 5-on-3 got a little crazy there for a minute, and he was able to make 3 or 4 great stops and cover up the puck there. You mentioned the franchise record, 8 goals. Technically, they got 8 goals. 8 pucks went to the back of the net.
This is true.
James Neal, I think, got robbed there. He said it came off his stick. They claimed it came off his glove. Nothing definitive on the replay, but just an amazing team effort. In the first series, they had 7 different players score a goal in that Kings series. Tonight, 7 different players score a goal. I mean, this is the ultimate team game right now for the Golden Knights, and they're leaning on everybody there to get it done.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, we've seen it for a while. I mean, it is storybook, and it continues to be storybook, and who knows what kind of powers that be are kind of influencing this here. I mean, I'd like to think it's just how well the team's playing, but back to Marc-Andre, right? The guy has fun out there, and he always has a smile on his face, had a smile on his face in the locker room. He saw it right away. Again, it was clear from the start, but he was, energized by the jump that the team had offensively. He was making saves left and right. It was really, really something to behold. And at one point, I heard that he was like partaking in the wave. Everybody in the crowd was doing the wave. So T-Mobile, got a little restless when you're up by 7 goals. So he was doing the wave at some point. It's just, this team is so loose and relaxed. Alex Tuck saying after the game, clearly, this team knows a 7-0 game is not to be expected. So they know that they're going to be in for something in game 2. So it's not like these guys are going out celebrating, saying we've got this series in the bag. Sure, maybe you and I, Matt, are like, it's over already. And I mean, there's some hints there that it is. But it's just, this team has really faced every situation that they've been in with I mean, big word here, but class, integrity, whatever you want to say, even keel. And it showed clearly that the Knights were the class team on the ice tonight. I mean, I'm just curious what the heck was going on with the Sharks. The head coach of the Sharks, I was able to catch a little bit of his press conference. He just called it a one-off. He said there's no way that this is, going to be something that we're going to put up. I mean, clearly that's what he would say. With Martin Jones, he said, he didn't have a shot in that game. He didn't really think about pulling him. too early because the guy hasn't played in 8 days, right? You want to get him some ice time. So they wanted to shake off any rust or stop any rust from setting back in. But certainly you reach a point where you've got to get him off the ice. So that's where we're at right now, Maddie. Again, just like we predicted, right? I think Cordasco said it was going to be a 7-6 game, but he gave the Sharks way too much credit for game one.
Well, Tony was crying about no offense in the first series, and they've got to score. They've got to score. Look, again, this is a team that scored the third most goals in the NHL this year. We know what they can do. I mean, it's one game, right? Yeah, it's 7-0, and it looks good, and it's a blowout, and everybody's excited about the way it turned out. But ultimately, it's still just a 1-0 series lead. This game, in my opinion, this type of loss is going to be easier for the Sharks to come back from and regroup from than what Game 2 against the Kings was, which was the double overtime, 2-1 finish. That's a backbreaking, just demoralizing kind of loss, especially without Doughty on the ice there. I mean, at that point you think there's really nothing we can do. This one here, like the head coach said, you just kind of throw this one away. You got beat up a little bit. You come back on Saturday, and it's still just 1-0 in the series, and you try to bounce back from it. I still think the Knights are the better team, though. I mean, clearly they were tonight, but when they play their best game, there's nothing the Sharks can do about it. There's not a whole lot of they just look that good. So I don't know if they're going to have enough in Game 2 to keep up with the Knights. I think that's the biggest thing, is keeping up with the way that this team skates and the way that their pressure, just continuously putting pressure on their forwards.
Completely agree with you. Again, the speed was apparent from the start of the game. I don't want everybody to run away too quickly because I'm on the team bench, and I want to give everybody a tour. Travis, first commenting, shows how relaxed he was, talking about Fleury. Clearly, more donuts for everybody.
Go back to Game 1 when he's flipping the puck off his stick.
Yep.
Now he's doing the wave in this game. Well, apparently Fleury's just having a blast out there.
All right, so let me give you the 5-cent tour of the Golden Knights bench. Here we go. Right? All right, so, I mean, signage here. Clearly, if you watch the game at all, it's signed right behind the team bench. We have some chewing gum all over, strewn about. So I see a couple pieces of gum here, wrappers. So there's 3 pieces of gum, more wrappers. We have a Snickers wrapper down here. Somebody had a fun-sized Snicker on the bench. It looks like a Hall's cough drop. This is fun. We're doing a little expose. All right, so we've got smelling salts, I know. And then here's Kevany over here. She's like, what's going on? Ron Futrell, Kevany Martin,
hey, there's
Justin
Ron.
Grant.
Hey, Ron.
Good friend. Wait. Now this is good. Oh, wait. I got to be quiet. Yeah, Kevin, you just said stand by. I got to whisper here. All right, so we have some uneaten Snickers on the team bench.
Grab one.
Thank you.
There you go.
Yep. Marc-Andre might have touched that. All right, so we've got some Gatorade here. We've got some smelling salts here. More smelling salts. I want to put it up to my nose. And then here's something that I've seen quite a bit of. This is good. This is good Facebook Living. Hold on. We have the Hot Shot. Again, all this water down here, I'm assuming it's like spit, and it's going to be gross. It's not going to be ice. Oh, yeah. A few trails pointing out 2 uneaten pieces of gum. I can pick it up.
It's like Halloween on the bench over there. It's like Halloween.
So maybe I can pick these up because we have video evidence and auction these off. And we'll send it to charity, though. So this Hot Shot stuff, I have no idea what this is. I'm just going to hold on to it. Maybe somebody out there knows what it is. My wife said hi to Ron. I don't get donuts because I don't have a ticket. She wasn't there. Yep. You'll be back here for Game 5. Yeah. Ron says hello to Tiffany. And, yeah, I mean, isn't this cool? I think this is cool. So you guys watching this, you get the joy of watching the Sports Adrenaline Las Vegas team. We're bringing you vantage points that you really do. Yeah, I mean, local news, sure, they're great. And I love everybody here over at 8 News Now. They're good people, but, we're live on Facebook right now. So there's the penalty box side here, Jumbotron here. Hey, isn't this, maybe I'm relishing in this a little too much, but, I mean, second round of the playoffs, Matt.
Let me ask you about No, go ahead.
Yeah, second round of the playoffs. I mean, who would have thunk it? And, it hits me. And you know what? Tony can give me crap all the time about being a fanboy. I'm just relishing being able to have the opportunity to be around this, and how do you not enjoy what this team is doing? How do you not latch on to the storyline that is the Vegas Golden Knights, and that's what the country's doing right now. So while Tony may be giving me crap because I'm a Vegas native and I actually want my team, like you are a Vegas native, to go out and do well, which they've been doing. Hold on, Zamboni. There you go. Zambonis are out. See, this is the kind of stuff that you get out here.
Exclusives on Sports
I'm telling you,
Adrenaline,
it's
man.
great stuff. All right, hold on. Ron is intruding. Yeah.
There's Ron.
If you talk loud enough, Ron, everybody can hear you.
Can I get? Oh, there we are.
Yep.
What's up, everybody? Good to see you.
I can hear him.
Oh,
I can hear him.
Zambonis are coming out. Whoa, 2 Zambonis. Not 1, but 2.
Hey, John, ask Ron if he was hanging out in Malouf's box again.
Were you? Matt wants to know if you were in George Malouf's box. Were you in the Maloof box?
Yeah.
Oh, he saw you there the last time.
I was there with Billy Gibbons from ZZ.
Yeah.
Tell him I missed him tonight.
Yeah.
Billy Gibbons from ZZ.
Matt was in there the other day, so he missed you. Matty will probably get in for game 2. Back to the Zambonis. What else is on your mind, Matty? I mean, again, it just seems like.
Honestly, you know what? Alex Tuck. Man, did he look good tonight or what? You saw tonight what that crazy reach and wingspan that Alex Tuck has can do for you. When that goal, that assist that he dropped back for Haula, the way that he was able to keep the puck away from guys and just use that length, get out there, and then leave that drop pass for Haula to score that second goal. And then the fourth goal, the one that he scored, where he just blew through the entire defense.
Yeah, that was insane.
And if you're gonna get offense like that from Alex Tuck on that second line, man, this team's gonna be hard to beat.
I think they established it here. Now, I think we do. We have to watch game 2, right? This could be a one-off for the Sharks. Maybe they wake up. But, man, San Jose has some absolute major work to get done in the next 48 hours. Here in Las Vegas, the home of the Vegas flu, this is a situation that really, you could say the Kings faced it. Hold on. Zamboni shot. Here we go. I mean, this is pretty good.
I'll get run over, John.
This is good TV. Hold on. We can get a fist bump.
Yep.
Yeah. There we go.
Go Knights.
There we go.
Go Knights. This is good stuff. Is it the same situation as LA? No, because LA didn't lose by 7 goals in game 1 of that series. The Sharks have some major work to do, again, in a very short amount of time. And I didn't see any signs. Maybe they come back, and I'd be shocked if the Knights lose game 2. Unless it's a 1-goal game, if it's a really competitive game. But even then, you're right. The Knights are the better team. So I go back to that. I would be shocked if the Knights did not win game 2.
Yeah, I don't think the Knights lose game 2. I think they're going back to San Jose with a 2-0 lead. Game 2 will be more competitive. I don't think there's any doubt about that. We don't see this kind of blowout in game 2. But I think they still win the game. Again, if they play like this throughout the course of this series, I just don't see how the Sharks are going to find a way to keep up with them and find 4 wins, especially now that they're already down 1-0.
Zamboni, look at that little steam there. This is good stuff. Somebody comment here. Tell me that you're seeing what I'm seeing. Don't be afraid to comment. So I'm going to mention your comment. Don't freak out. But that's how they lay down the ice. So it's just a bunch of water that they throw down there, and then the water just freezes instantly. Another storyline, James Neal actually talked about this, so we can spend a minute on, how fast is the ice? They've got to work hard to keep this arena cool, because walking in here, it was 95 degrees, and you're talking about a big impact. So George Salami and the ice team have some work to do. Kimberly says it's very cool. Thank you, Kimberly, for noticing, again, what we do for you here on Sports Adrenaline Las Vegas. If you're watching and you haven't given us a like yet, please do that. We're trying to build a nice audience, and we want to continue doing this, and we really enjoy doing it. So something that maybe, people might look at this as a job. Clearly, we don't look at it as a job. It's a lot of fun for us to be here. So Knights win game 2. Kane should be suspended, and they'll be going back. They'll be going back to San Jose. Oh, wait, hold on. Futrell's still. Here we go. Give it to us. Give it to us, Ronnie.
And it's down for New Orleans. Little ZZ Top.
Where's
Billy Gibbons in the house tonight.
Where's that Sharks cookie? Did you eat it already?
I gave it to
Kevany. Where's the cookie at, Kevany? She's got the
Shark cookie sitting right there.
She's got the Sharks. So,
Cheryl was in there playing with the scotch again.
Kevin Martin here from 8 News Now, Facebook Live. Hello. Say hi. We do have some viewers. That's Matt Gutierrez. Maybe you've met Matt. He looks familiar. Hey, impressions on game one. Impressions.
Wow.
There you go.
What did we just witness?
That's simple enough.
That's it.
What are you doing with the cookies? She has a Sharks cookie.
Well,
are you going to eat it, or are you going to do it in the live shot?
Like, it was a joke, but then I asked Ron how many people touched the cookie, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to.
Yeah, this is true. That's a good call.
But it was a good idea, right? Get it sharp.
No, that's a good call. Here comes Justin Grant.
Yes.
I'll chop.
Here's the cookie that we were talking about.
I'll chop it in the morning. Yes, absolutely I will.
Shark bite. Shark bite.
I'll give it heck what disease.
Good stuff.
Because I was with Billy Gibbons tonight from ZZ Top in the box. So that's
Hey,
all.
John, ask Ron if he was with
hot,
Billy Gibbons. I hadn't heard yet.
Matt wants to know, were you with Billy Gibbons tonight?
Yes, I was in the box. Jesus just left Chicago, and it's bound for New Orleans.
Man.
I'm telling you, this is Ron Futrell Unplugged. We'll give you an MTV Unplugged. This is good stuff. This is really good stuff, so I hope you're enjoying this.
I wish I had my guitar right now.
Guitar, Ron Futrell. Yeah. Hey, another scoop here on the bench. All right, so I go back to the Snickers bar. For some reason, I have no idea. I have no idea. But it is on the bench. Maybe.
John, you know what that is?
Did Fleury bring it over? Did Fleury bring it over from Pittsburgh?
It's foreshadowing.
Yeah.
It's foreshadowing.
There it is.
Vegas versus Pittsburgh.
Let's take a screenshot of this. Hold on. Screenshot. Oh, can I do that? I can. Yeah, I got a screenshot. Your ugly mug, kidding. Your nice mug and your playoff beard. Our 6 viewers.
Yeah, man.
And there's that. Oh, you were smiling for that second one. All right. I've got a wedding to get to tomorrow. I've got to be up at 7 a.m. to leave the house at 8 a.m. to be at a wedding at 9 a.m. on a Friday. Shout out to my brother.
Sounds fun, man.
William. Yeah, William Castanino Jr. But day wedding on a Friday.
Congratulations, William.
Yeah, okay. All right, so we'll be back here Saturday. Hopefully you'll be here, Maddie, but had a lot of fun hopping on with you. We really, again, enjoy doing these things, and it's fun hanging out on the bench. You guys got a really good look, and if you did not see what was on the bench, we'll stop it. Just watch the replay. We're going to sign off, Matt. What do you think?
All right, John.
See ya.
Go Knights, go.